is a man's primary role in the home?
Provide and protect. That's how I see it. I don't know no other role he could have. You're a man, and I feel like at the end of the day, regardless of how we feel about all this stuff, men should play their role just as much as women.
That's my next question. What is a woman's primary role in the home?
In the home, taking care of the household and doing her part, or whatever her man wants or needs her to do. To keep everything together, to keep the relationship together, the family, and all that stuff. Not saying that it's solely her responsibility, because he, of course, should, be involved in all that as well. But, protect and provide. Who do you call to kill all the spiders? Him.
So with that being said, if he's on his job, a woman should submit to him 100%.
I don't got no problem with submitting, but as long as I feel like the submit should be, I don't know, I don't want y'all to hate me for saying this now. But I feel like if you want a woman to be submissive, I personally feel like you have to earn that. Because I done seen a lot of goofy ass niggas have these females that just lay down and just give them everything that don't even deserve it. And it's just like, what are you pouring in that you should be receiving all these wonderful, you get what I'm saying, things?
Should men have that same mindset?
But there's never a thing about men being submissive. That's not a thing.
No, I'm saying because what you're saying is submission is conditional, right? You have to do these things.
I personally feel like, yes, it should be conditional because some men don't deserve submissive women. Because at the end of the day, you have to think about what kind of man you have. It's a lot of controlling men. It's a lot of men who are insecure.
But then why are you with them?
Why don't you ever talk about the men that don't pay child support?
Because it's women like you who spread your legs for guys like that. Why don't you
pay child support?
Because it's women like you.
Why don't you ever talk about the men that don't pay child support?
Because it's women like you who spread your legs for guys like that. Why don't you ever talk about the responsibility of women who choose irresponsible males to procreate with and then complain later when they're irresponsible?
No.
The women who have one night with a bartender or a guy on a motorcycle or a musician, and then you complain later on the guy's a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat to begin with.
Why nobody can ever talk to you because you don't let anybody...
People talk to me all day long. You can't talk to me.
No, I'm trying to talk to you and you're talking over.
Dear, don't tell me how to do a radio show. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't need your help.
Okay, let me. Can I please just say this?
You know this guy wears wraparound sunglasses. There's no chance he doesn't.
I was married once before, okay? Mm-hmm. My husband and I had a child together.
Right. Yeah.
After I was tired of him beating me for 2 years, I left him.
Really? But why did you tolerate it for 2 years? Can you tell me why you tolerated being beaten for 2 years? I'd like to hear about this.
My answer to that is because I was young and stupid.
Okay, I agree with you.
There you go.
You were stupid. No doubt about it. And now what are you going to complain that he doesn't pay child support? A guy who beat you for 2 years? Imagine that. The guy is irresponsible.
Right.
He beat me for 2 years, and now that deadbeat doesn't pay.
So why is it my
There's your big concern. Now we see why you're so upset about this. You chose a manifestly irresponsible, violent individual to procreate with. Then you're amazed that the guy doesn't send you child support.
He didn't beat me until
you're still, you know what, dear? You were young and stupid. Now you're old and stupid. I mean, you're still stupid.
Oh, my God.
You are still stupid. You expect a guy who beat you for 2 years now to suddenly become responsible.
I cannot even believe
You're insane.
It is unbelievable.
You can't believe what?
I can't believe that you're still on the radio.
I'm on the radio because I'm right.
She wants to get him taken off, bro. She wants to get this guy kicked off the radio.
Because I've got millions of listeners. That's why.
Yeah, well, you just lost one.
Dear, you're not the target demographic. I really don't give a rat's ass. I'll bet your husband would agree with me. I'll bet your ex-husband would really agree with me.
Exactly.
But that's my point. If you're with him, you should be able to submit to him 100%.
I mean, if that's what she wants, if that's her cup of tea, then.
Because part of the frustration with men, and that's why I asked you some of those questions at the beginning. Men are saying, you guys are picking the wrong niggas, and then penalizing other niggas and niggas in general, and saying that we don't deserve submission. You have to earn submission. So men are saying, why don't you pick niggas who are worthy of submission off top? Because you're submitting, if you're with a man, you're submitting to him anyway.
Who are worthy of submission? I mean,
Because you're making it conditional.
I feel like you have to grow to that point, though.
But I'm
like,
saying,
you don't
like-
just off the bat just be like, yeah, babe, of course, babe, sure, babe. It's not like that.
You expect that from men, though. You expect, no, but what I'm saying is, the stuff that men are supposed to do, provide and protect, you expect that off top. And the things you're supposed to do, like submit and care and nurture, I have to earn that. Why is that?
No. Care and nurture, no, because
But submission is part of that.
nah, cause
For men, it is.
I feel like being submissive is just,
Submitting to somebody's authority.
of course, yeah, but like caring and nurturing is not. I feel like that's already in our nature to be there anyway. So that's beside. I feel like submission is depending on who you are or if you're capable of being submissive.
No, part of caring and nurturing a man is submitting to him, because for us, our ego is everything, and we interpret love through respect. So like, am I your king? Yes or no? That's what submission is about. And are you gonna treat me like I'm a king and I run things? But again, part of the issue is women can say, until you do this, and this, you're not gonna get this. But men can't say that. I can't say, until you do this, and this, I'm not gonna take you on a date, or I ain't gonna give you no money, or I ain't gonna do this, or I ain't gonna do that.
I see what you're saying.
Exactly. So is it right that women get to make their femininity conditional, but they expect men's masculinity to be initial?
It's not fair, now that you put it like that. But
Hey, if you've made it all the way to the end, please click that like and subscribe button. Also share this with somebody that you think would gain value from it. Click the thumbnail at the top if you want the full video. Click the thumbnail at the bottom if you want a video that's closely related to this. Again, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys for watching. Check out some more of our content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.